Thank you for tuning in to Just Kicking It with Angie. I'm glad everyone is tuned in, and I appreciate everyone who is taking time to view this video. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So today I want to talk about something that I think is very important and something that I personally had to work through, and I'm not ashamed of it. And that is worrying too much what people think about me, becoming consumed by it, and it actually hindered me from doing a lot of things that I love. And one of the things that I think affected me the most as far as how people viewed me was social media. So before we get started, I just want you to kind of think about two things here. When you log on to social media and you're finished, viewing posts or posting your own things, once you log out, how do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel energized? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel, like you're comparing your life to others? How does it leave you feeling? Next, I want you to consider the posts that you're making on social media. Do you post because you want to, empower someone, inspire them? Do you want to get information out there to make people aware of what's going on as far as politically or even culturally? Or are you posting about your business? Are you using it as a marketing tool? Or are you posting because you want to look like this and that to your ex? Or are you posting because you want to look like, oh, I'm popping bottles because I got it like that, but meanwhile you don't? So really, I want you to think about what are your intentions behind your post. So consider those two things. So now I just want to go ahead and discuss how I feel social media can sometimes hinder people from truly just, discovering themselves and being themselves, because you get so caught up in trying to look the part and trying to fit into what society has deemed to be cool or deemed to be beautiful that you almost sometimes lose sight of what you truly enjoy or what you actually value. So I definitely think that as far as social media is concerned, it's a wonderful tool as far as keeping in touch with people. It's great if you're using it for your business, for getting your name out there. It's fantastic for all of those things. But if you're using it and you're finding yourself comparing and you're finding yourself being jealous, then you need to kind of take a step back and maybe stop getting on there as much. One thing for sure is that you shouldn't be comparing yourself to anyone else. Your journey is different than everyone, and God has a plan for each and every one of us. Like Robert Frost said, I took the road less traveled. So my journey might not look like yours, but I'm getting there. You feel me? So that's how I feel that people should always think about things. And if you find yourself being jealous, you definitely need to pray on that and have that spirit removed from you, because you should never be jealous. You should always want to see everybody win, whether they're your friend, your enemy, your random neighbor. I want to see everybody win. That's the type of spirit that I have. And even when I'm losing, I still want to see everybody win. That's how I feel. And if you have that spirit of jealousy, please work on trying to have that removed. Pray, 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 and God will help you work that out. Anyways, I want to talk about how I personally struggled for many years, actually, with being so consumed by what other people thought about me. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be liked. And so I would literally fit into whatever box I thought people wanted me to be. When I was with some friends, I would be, oh my gosh, hey. And when I'm with some friends, I'm, hey, Gucci me down, hey, but it's like, I'm a mixture of kind of both of those, but it was like I seriously was forming to whatever I thought people wanted me to be, and it was exhausting. It was draining. Another thing that I found myself doing a lot was people pleasing. Oh, they want me to do this. They want me to do that. It was never, I want to do this. And you got to start doing what you want to do. Even if that means that you got to tell people, you know what, that's not for me, I'm not into that, but I'm doing me right now, then that's what you got to do. And people who love you and understand you and support you will understand that. But you just don't want to get so caught up into trying to portray an image and putting on a fake facade. I personally know one incident where I did this. I remember my aunt, this was right after I had my son. I bought this car from my aunt. She gave me a great deal. It was a nice car, you know. It was actually a Chevy Impala. But at the time, I was feeling kind of down. You know, my baby daddy had chosen to go off and do him. And I'm like, you know what? I want to show him that I'm popping and I'm this and I'm that and I'm making boss moves out here. So what did I do? I traded in a car that I had paid for with my aunt, who gave me a very good deal on it. I traded my car in to get this truck because I wanted to look like I was so popping to him, like I was just doing it big. And you know who that hurt? Me. And at the end of the day, he didn't even care about the fact that I had that truck, because what he wanted to do was what he wanted to do. But I was so worried about trying to look like something to him that I put myself in a bind, because I bought a truck that I couldn't even afford. So don't get caught up in trying to look like something to the next person, and in reality, they're not even thinking about you. You're putting yourself in a bind and they don't really give a fuck. Oh, shouldn't be cussing, excuse me. They don't really care. So just don't put yourself in a bind to try to look like this and that to the next person. Don't live above your means to try to look like this and that to the next person, because when you go home eating ramen noodles every night and you ain't got nothing but Kool-Aid to drink, but you got Gucci loafers, that doesn't make sense. So you have to stop trying to portray this image for the next person. And just to backtrack a little bit, when I was carless and broke, that's when the man decided that he wanted to talk to me again. Like I said, it doesn't matter. Once a person is wanting to change, or if a person is truly there for you, then it's not going to matter what you have, or if you have the latest this and that, because they rocking with you for you. And if they're not, then you don't want them around anyway. So just don't get so caught up in trying to portray an image that you literally live above your means, you're stressed out, you're overwhelmed, you're financially reckless. Those are all things you don't want to be, because even you may look like you're popping on the gram, but if you're not actually popping in real life, then that doesn't mean anything. It's about actually living the stuff that you're at, living a reality, not just trying to portray a facade. So I definitely encourage everyone, like I said, to consider those 2 questions that I asked, but most importantly, to always stay true to yourself. Don't try to conform to what other people think. Don't try to put on a fake facade because you want to look like this or that to the next person, but just truly be yourself. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what people think about you. It matters what God knows about you. Peace.